Hi, folks. Welcome to Oakridge Outdoors. My name is Craig Robbins, and thank you for stopping by. Oakridge Outdoors would not be made possible without our fine sponsors like Robbins Scents, Tenzing Backpacks, Oakridge Game Calls, True Timber Camo, Hoghead Knives, and Hawk Optics. And of course, you, the listener, are very much a part of what we do here at Oakridge Outdoors. We thank you for stopping by and visiting with us today. Oakridge Game Calls is one of the premier game call companies in the United States today. Everything at Oakridge Game Call is handmade and made right here in the USA. We want to invite you to go to oakridgegamecalls.com and check out our full line of turkey calls, deer calls, predator calls, some of the most exciting waterfowl calls that you'll see for 2016. Stop by oakridgegamecalls.com or check us out at your local retailer. Hi, folks. Welcome to Oakridge Outdoors Podcast. We're sitting in the Athenaeum Hotel in Chautauqua, New York. I've got a good friend of mine, and I know I'm going to embarrass him when I tell him this, but folks, I'm telling you what, I'm sitting with probably one of the best turkey callers. This man can run a diaphragm, and I've been fortunate enough over the years. I've hunted with some of the leaders in the industry, some of the best guides, some of the best outfitters. I've actually have never had a chance to share the turkey with PJ, and we keep saying we're going to do it every year, and every year we always get him off with somebody else because we want to get him on a bird, and sometimes I'm always running 14 different directions. We don't get a chance to talk that much, but PJ Perra is with the National Wild Turkey Federation, and if you ever get a chance to meet PJ, be around him, have him throw a mouth call in and just listen to this man talk turkey. He is probably one of the best. Fortunately, with Oakridge Game Calls, we have got some really good turkey callers. These guys can run diaphragm calls, and every day they'd come back, they were hunting with PJ, they just look at me and they says, when I'm with PJ, I just shut up. I don't say a word because this man can turn it on. PJ, welcome to Oakridge Outdoors.
You're putting my abilities way above that. I got lucky this week. These birds were outstanding. They worked incredible. I mean, I'm just stunned. I usually don't get streaks like this where every place I go to, I get a bird come in ready to get shot. So
Chautauqua County, where we hunted for the Aglow Cast and Blast for 2014, it's pretty well known for its excellent spring turkey hunting opportunities. It's also the number one county in New York State. It has been for the last 10 years, which means a bunch of different things. We have a lot of birds, but we've got some really good turkey hunters. And I found over the years, if you've got really good turkey hunters and a lot of turkeys, the birds get educated really quick. These birds are tough to hunt. I mean, they are really hard. I've hunted all over the country, as have you. These Chautauqua County birds are really tough. We didn't put a lot of birds on the ground. We had some swings and misses, had a bunch of great encounters, got a lot of great footage that you'll be seeing on Oakridge Outdoors TV on the Hunt Channel 266 on Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. During the fourth quarter of 2015, that was a plug for the TV show. That it was kind of like a self-serving thing. But anyways, folks, I want to talk to PJ today about what's going on in New York State, especially with the National Wild Turkey Federation, and then what's going on. He's got a new position and kind of a new thing going on at the National Wild Turkey and at the home office area there. So what's going on in New York?
well, turkeys are doing fairly good across the country. NWTF has made it their mission. We're still going to do the great job we've always done in turkey habitat and managing the wild turkey. But we're also taking on a bigger challenge now of recruiting new hunters. The big trend across the country, while turkey hunting is one of the few that is doing really well, in other areas, hunting overall has been on the decline. And a lot of it is it's access, it's the ability to find somebody to teach how to hunt. We're going to our volunteers. We have more than 300,000 members across the country, across roughly 2,000 chapters, who are more than willing and able to take people out hunting. So our new mission is, not only save the habitat, but save the hunt. Because without hunters, you just don't have anyone to take care of the habitat. You don't have anyone buying licenses. You're not, you just kind of run out of that pool of money. I hate to talk, Brady, this about money, but it's that resource that drives the whole thing to maintain all the great things that we see. I mean, we live in a very, very lucky time now where we see deer, turkeys, ducks, geese, bear, elk. All these great animals have come back, and it's primarily because of hunters. But as hunters decline, you lose that support to maintain these things, to keep these DNRs funded. All these different agencies that have been running and doing a great job of managing all this habitat and all of these game animals. It'll go away. I mean, if you don't have enough hunters, and New York is one of those states among many states in the Northeast where you are not replacing the number of hunters that are leaving, and they're leaving because they're getting older. The age of the average hunter is fairly high. It's in the upper 40s or 50s in some states. And you're just not getting all those, young people coming into the sport. So we're really making a big push to introduce young people into the outdoors, and especially the tradition of hunting.
Well, exactly. Here in New York, we have a special youth season, and it's usually traditionally the weekend before our opening day, and May 1st. And PJ, I know you have two young sons, and you're very, very actively involved with them. Tell us a little bit about the Boy Scouts. I know you've done some great programs with them, and just tell us a little bit about our listeners about what you're doing. Just an average guy, with a couple young boys, boys or girls. It doesn't make any difference. You particularly have boys. I'm fortunate. I have 3 boys and 1 girl. But we talk about getting the youth involved.
Sure. I do quite a few youth on site or wherever I work. I mean, one of the first things I do every spring is I take a new hunter out, whether it's a youth hunter or somebody who wasn't familiar with turkey hunting. Even here, one of our corporate members, Clint, he had deer hunted before, he tried turkey hunting, had never been really successful. I mean, I gave him a total circus, I mean, I had turkeys running around him, looking at him. He got a good shot at getting one, didn't quite, close the deal, but he's absolutely hooked now. And that to me is I'm doing my job. I mean, if anywhere I go, I come out of it with 1 or 2 new turkey hunters. That's what our new mission is. As far as like the Boy Scouts, I do a lot of special programming nationally to introduce scouts all over the country. They're already in shooting programs through their camps. What we developed is our conservation challenge, which basically focuses on the shooting sports merit badges, whether it's archery, rifle, or shotgun, and of course natural resources, whether it's fish and wildlife management, forestry, soil and water conservation. We will actually give them an award, a set of very collectible patches that scouts love their patches, and we'll offer it quite often through their summer camps. Or through their troops or local jamborees. So I'm trying to get in contact with as many different scouting groups that have that resource or have that kind of bent to them. There's scouts there that I know while they don't officially hunt, they do everything else around it. They do the hunter safety. They do they do the shooting sports. They do the fish and wildlife management. I mean, they earn all of what we consider the very core key principles of a young sportsman, and we want to reward them for that. So we created the conservation challenge. So in the end, it kind of focuses them enough to where you come out, that young man is fully qualified to hunt and get out in the field. And the next step is hooking them up with one of our chapters at one of our youth hunts, which are held. We hold over 1,000 youth events across the country every year, whether it's Jake's Day events or actual youth hunts. So we're trying to give as many opportunities as possible for a kid. If they want to hunt, come to Antuff, find a local chapter, and we'll hook them up and take them out hunting. So you just, there's very few organizations that do it. There are organizations that do it, but not at the scale that we're doing it nationwide.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal program, and when we were talking about it last fall in where were we last fall? We were in Wisconsin somewhere, Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and we were talking about that program, and it was just absolutely phenomenal. How can our listeners learn more about this websites and that kind of thing?
Well, go to www.nwtf.org. That's our main website. There's a little search window in there that if you type in your area code, or your zip code, it'll pull up a local chapter for you, and they have all our contacts for our local chapter volunteers. If you have a scouting group, or if you are a person who, a family that wants to get involved in hunting and you just don't know how, you don't have any contacts, you don't own property, contact your local NWTF chapter. I mean, by being a member, one of the benefits of being a member is you have an opportunity to, get involved in this great tradition of hunting. And in a place like New York, I mean, Western New York here, I mean, just what'd you say, 20,000 acres?
20,000 acres
And just in Chautauqua County alone, that you can go out turkey. And about every spot I've been to, public hunting out here, I've got a bird. I got a bird goblin worked. I mean, the 2 birds that were killed during our hunt this week were on public land. I mean, people say, "Yeah, public land. You never get anything on there." I'm like, you haven't been out.
Oh,
you
yeah.
have not been
You can
out.
get her done, so.
Yeah, you have not been out on
Good.
property like this.
Good.
Anywhere. I was just amazed.
Great. Well, listen, PJ, thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate, obviously, your time. I know you're getting ready to head down the road. Everybody's getting ready to leave here, Chautauqua County, after a beautiful week here. But, folks, it's really important to support organizations like the National Wild Turkey Federation. So check out a local chapter information by logging on to NWTF.org.
Folks, I want to tell you about something exciting. We've got something really exciting going on BackroadsOutdoorsTV.com. I invite you all to visit BackroadsOutdoorsTV.com, and we've got everything to do with the outdoor. We've got TV shows, we have podcasts, we have short video clips, and what Backroads Outdoors TV is for, it's for the everyday sportsman that doesn't have the major budget or the major dollars to make it onto the national stage with their videos or their podcast. We invite you all to check it out. And if you're a producer, give me a shout, and I'll make sure that your next adventure gets on BackroadsOutdoorsTV.com. Telling you what, folks, that was a great interview we had with PJ Perra earlier this spring, right from Chautauqua Institution, overlooking beautiful Chautauqua Lake in western New York. PJ is a first-class guy, excellent turkey hunter, and really a good conservationist. He works for one of the better, if not the best, conservation organization in the United States today, with the National Wild Turkey Federation. He obviously knows he's a privileged guy to have such a great job, but not only is he a good hunter and an excellent guy to meet, but he's also a great parent and a great father to his 2 sons. Very active in the Boy Scouts and in youth. PJ, and what he's doing with the National Wild Turkey Federation right now, is cutting edge. It's exactly what we like to see here on Oakridge Outdoors. We thank you for inviting us into your life for this short period of time, and we invite you back next week on Oakridge Outdoors.